Hi everyone and welcome back. So this video, if I'm going to be honest, I'm filming on a complete whim. I was trying to brainstorm YouTube ideas in bed last night, and if I'm honest, I'm feeling a bit, I don't know, just a bit like lost in this space at the moment. And I thought, what could I film that I genuinely feel really like, passionate, interested about? There's very just like Annie, and I came up with the idea of filming more of like a fashiony video. I think I've done one of these once before, quite a long time ago, and I just thought, let's do one again, but let's just take a little bit of a different stance on it this time. Also, before we start, I just want to say I'm filming this whole video on my vlogging camera because I completely forgot to bring my camera battery charger back home with me. This is probably one of the last videos that I'm ever going to film in this house, which is so sad. I'm moving into the flat in 3 weeks, which I am super excited about. Yeah, we're going to film the whole thing on the vlogging camera, so sorry if the quality isn't quite as good. I thought this would be a fun video and I was feeling really inspired, and I personally always think that when you can tell someone's inspired, it always, I don't know, it just makes for like good content in general. So today we've got a clothing haul, but with a little bit of a different twist, and I'm going to share with you pieces that are secondhand that I've purchased or collected kind of over the past few months. Most of them, if I'm going to be honest, are in like the past like 2 months. Seem to be doing a little bit too much spending at the moment, which I probably need to cut back on. I thought it'd be really fun to share them with you, put together a few little outfits, you know, that kind of thing. So I know for all of my haul videos, what I usually do is I do kind of a sit down segment, and then I do bits where I kind of switch to trying the outfits on. But today I thought I would just generally talk you through the outfits kind of as and when it's happening, because, you know, I thought that'd be a little bit more fun, and I'm just in like a chatty mood. And I think because these are like fashiony outfits, there's a bit less of like a technical side to it. I feel like when I'm reviewing activewear, which is what I usually do with my haul videos, I feel like it's always just a bit more, you want to know like the ins and outs of everything. But I thought today we'd just chat through some little outfits and see how it goes. Okay, so the first item of the day, we have got this fabulous oversized denim painter shirt. I actually picked this up yesterday from Urban Outfitters on Oxford Street, and I'm just in love with it. I think the fit is absolutely perfect. It was a bit of a risk buying it because you obviously can't try things on at the moment, but I just saw it and I was like, it's fab. It's a men's extra large in size, so obviously it was like in the women's section, but very much like an old men's shirt, I guess. I don't know how old this is, but the condition is pretty amazing. And I think for me, for oversized shirts, especially when you're buying secondhand, it's all about the fit. I actually bought a really nice tartany checked kind of one from Portobello Road Market in London, which is where I tend to get quite a lot of my vintagey stuff, and the fit was just completely wrong. I hadn't tried it on and I got home and it was just too sort of fitted here. So I think the key with these is to make sure that you're getting a really oversized fit. If you have a look for an item like this on Depop, you'll see there are literally tons, and you can usually really tell the fit via the model who's wearing it. But yeah, this is just a really oversized shirt. I love that if you're having a, I don't know, like a bloated, slouchy day, you could so easily just whack this on over an outfit. And it, I don't know, it just gives it a more like relaxed vibe, but it's also just so chilled. Really comfy. And I actually think I'm probably gonna wear this outfit to move my sister into her new house at the weekend because it's just so chill. So I've obviously paired this with like really oversized jeans as well, in kind of a similar color to the darker denim, and just like a really little white crop top. Pretty versatile. If you're someone that likes wearing like a skinny pair of jeans, I think it would look really cool as well. But I love the whole double denim look in general. So for this next item, we have got a very bougie piece. Do not worry, I did not pay a ridiculous price for this. This was actually, very funny story, but I actually fished this out of a bin bag outside Elliot's old flat when he was moving out. This woman had just chucked a whole bin bag of clothes at the bottom. I don't know if she realised that you can take them to charity shops or whatever. I basically just took the whole bin bag of stuff home and fished out a load of things from it, and there were some absolute gems in there. A few of them are going to come up in this haul because I guess technically they are secondhand to me, and I also thought that all of them were very good examples of things that you can buy secondhand that are just very readily available. So this is obviously a Chanel jumper. It's like a roll neck jumper. I have to say, quality of this is absolutely ridiculous. I've always questioned the quality of designer things. I've always thought like how much nicer can they actually fit, and you can really tell the difference between this, even though it is a secondhand item, and I guess it's been worn quite a few times, I'm not really sure, and something that you just buy from Topshop. But you can get so many incredible designer clothes secondhand. I know vintage shops, especially like more high high-end vintage shops are amazing. I think there are actually some really cool charity shops in London that kind of specialize in more vintagey clothing, probably in like Chelsea and areas like that. But also on Depop, if you search for like Versace jeans, Gucci sweatshirts and things like that, you can get so many items that are just a little bit cheaper. And I personally think some of the more classic designs are really, really cool. So I am so happy with this jumper. I think there are so many scenarios where this would be a really useful item. I can actually imagine it as like an après kind of thing with your whole ski suit, just to make it look a little bit more high-end. I also really love the vibe that I have gone for today. So I've kept on these baggy blue jeans, and you could wear it tucked in or really loose. I personally would just go for a little tucked in look, really chilled, the perfect little brunch, cozy autumn winter outfit. I love it with just these slouchy jeans, and I've actually put my Jordans on with them, which are pretty much like a kind of off-white cream color, which I think just makes it a little bit more street style. And I also love that it sort of adds to that vintagey vibe. I've also gone for this cute little hairstyle, which I know loads of people are loving at the moment. I just think this is so great. This is one of my absolute favorite items. I know this is going to be in my wardrobe for years and years to come. I also think because it's a really neutral color, I can pair it with pretty much all my coats, and let me tell you, I have a lot of coats. I basically seem to like collect secondhand vintage coats, which is not a good thing, but I bought another one the other day, and I actually bought 2 last night off Depop, which are really cool. But if you guys actually love this video, maybe we'll make this more of a regular thing, because I'm constantly finding amazing pieces. I actually do a lot of buying and a lot of selling on Depop, so I kind of turn over my clothes quite quickly. But a lot of the stuff that I'm buying is secondhand, which is just so fabulous. So next we have got another one of Annie's bin bag finds, and it's this grey Topshop jumper. Now, one of the things that I love about Depop is you can go on there and actually find kind of like new high street brand styles. So if you could go on and try and find an item from Zara that was really popular and it's sold out, and other stories, and quite often someone will have bought it, realised it doesn't look that great on them, might have worn it twice, and will put it on there. And you can buy it secondhand, more ethically, more sustainable, and just generally for a lower price, which I think is so fabulous. So I know Topshop used to sell quite a lot of knit that I personally used to think were always really overpriced and would go bobbly really quickly. This is a lovely Topshop knit, just a really simple grey one. I've actually paired with a little bit more of like a wintry dark colour outfit. So we've got these jeans, which I've had for years, like a straight leg pair of jeans. My Doc Martens, which are going to be my next item that I talk to you guys about. And I love this just for like a really slouchy, oversized autumn day, winter morning kind of look. I just think this is really soft, and I do think that if I was to buy this from Depop, I'd probably pay more like 15 to 20 pounds, and I can imagine when the person I got it from bought it, it was more like 45 to 50 pounds. So my next item is this leather coat, blazer, jacket kind of thing. This is real leather. I purchased this from Depop. I think it was about 70 pounds. The only thing I would say about it is it's a tiny bit big for me on the shoulders, but I sort of like that it's this kind of like quite masculine, oversized, almost like suit jacket vibe fit. I know these leather blazer coat jacket things are really in at the moment. I've actually just put this on over the outfit that I just had it on with, but this is very like black and grey for me. It's not the sort of thing that I usually go for. I love the fit of everything, but I would probably usually go for a bit of a lighter colour jumper underneath just to mix it up a bit. But I just think this is such a cool item that can really be worn during the day paired down like this, or you could actually wear it as a really small item with like a little dress. I've also got it on with the Doc Martens, which I think just makes for like a really cool, sassy businesswoman vibe. Very much here for. I love this piece. There were loads to choose from online that people are selling at second hand. I don't know how old in terms of vintage this is, but it is very much real leather. In fact, maybe let's see if we can see the brand. So it says Milan leather on, and it's actually a size 18, which is obviously not the size that I would usually go for, but just so fabulous for an oversized fit. But I think this is just such a good staple autumn winter piece. Again, I think it's one of these pieces that we'll probably wear for like the next few years now. You might put it away, get it out again in 10 years, but I love those kind of pieces. I'm actually starting to bring back the vintage pieces that I was buying when I was like 15, 16, which I think is really cool, because I'm actually such a hoarder. This is the thing thing with me, and my dad always bangs on about this. It's really annoying, I guess, for taking up space, but I find it really, really difficult to part with items because I know that in a few years they're going to come back around and I wish that I'd still had them. So what I did when I was younger, I used to buy all these cute little pieces when I was out shopping with my grandma and things like that, and I would then like store them away in a box when I'd gone off them rather than just chucking them away. And some of these pieces, and now like I'm so glad that I kept, because they're such little treasures. I think that's the thing with vintage and secondhand shopping. You just get so many items that are just a bit different from what you just pick up on the high street. All my favorite items that I buy are usually pre-owned. I just think we live in a world at the moment where everyone buys fast fashion all the time, and the pieces of clothing, if I'm being honest, are just not as well made as they used to be. And picking up a vintage piece that's still in immaculate condition because the stitching is there or the quality of the fabric is there, I just think is such a rewarding thing to do. So, like I mentioned, the next item that I wanted to chat to you guys about are these Doc Martens. Now, these are one of my recent Depop purchases. I actually might take one off to talk to you about them, but I am absolutely in love with these Doc Martens. I have considered getting Doc Martens, sorry, one sec, for the last, I don't know, maybe for the last maybe like 2 or 3 autumn winters in a row, but they are obviously so expensive. I think they're like 160, 180 pounds. These ones are real leather. I actually hadn't realized that they had a vegan leather pair, but I actually thought I was gonna go and have a look to see if I could get them secondhand, and I found this pair that had been worn twice on Depop. There were tons of pairs of Doc Martens on Depop. Anything from absolutely brand new and still in a box to being worn for a few years. They are meant to last pretty much forever. I know one of my friends recently has had a problem with the zip, but this is just to show the kind of thing that you actually can get on there if you're looking for it. So I think I paid just over £100, maybe £110 for these, which is obviously not a complete bargain, but considering they are a real leather shoe and are meant to last forever or quite a long time, I think that's just so fabulous. They are really, really chunky. I actually had heard that these are quite hard to break in and you need to wear them like 2 or 3 times before they're a bit more comfortable. So for me, that was absolutely fine. I'm not the sort of person that has a problem with wearing a shoe that has been worn by someone else before, but you can honestly still see, I don't know if you can see, but like the white print on the sole, which I think would probably come off after about 10 wears anyway, but these are in such fabulous condition and there were so many to choose from. Like I think I probably looked at about 20 pairs in a UK size 5 before I actually ended up going for this buyer. And I think a staple pair of black chunky boots is just such a perfect thing to go with all outfits. Like I think I probably could have paired this with every single item that I'm showing you in this haul today. And they're pretty timeless Doc Martens. They've been around for a long, long time. I think my mum might have actually had a pair when she was younger. So I think they're actually a style that aren't really gonna go out of fashion as well. So I am super happy with this purchase. So the last 2 items that I'm going to show you are both faux fur coats. Now this one is actually one of my bin bag items. The other one is one that I bought from Portobello Road Market. So kind of, I guess, a second-hand vintage one, but it's not actually a really, really old one. I can't remember the brand of this, but I will give it a little check when I've taken it off. But this is like a kind of dusty pink colour. I am really, really not a pink person at all, but I think this is so, so cute. And considering it's a freebie, I absolutely love it. And I think it's sort of forced me to branch out into a little bit of a different colour from what I'd usually go for. But this is actually, if I compare it to the second one that I'm going to show you, a little bit more fitted. It's not really, really oversized. I think it's cute dressed down with this little white crop top. You could obviously wear a bit more of a covered up top. This is probably a little bit risque for winter. And then some blue jeans, but I think you could also wear it with like an all black outfit and black boots for more of an evening look, because it is actually a little bit more of a smart casual kind of jacket. The hood, I have to say, actually does make it a little bit more casual probably, but the quality of it feels absolutely amazing. And like I said, I absolutely love the color of this. I think it's really, really cool. And it's actually made me want to try this kind of like pink, dusty pink apricot-y color in more areas of my life. Yeah, I probably wouldn't wear this top with it on second thoughts. It's just because I sort of had it out there already. But it's just so, so soft. Such a lovely color, faux fur. There are so many jackets like this online, I can't even tell you. I actually already have a black fur jacket that I've had for years and years, like maybe coming up to like 7 years now, which I still wear. And I have a vintage Marks and Spencer's black fur like evening jacket as well. I really wanted some more like colorful, or like the next one that I'm going to show you, more like neutral, paler toned ones to wear as well. But this is just honestly so gorgeous. I don't know if you can see the quality, but it's kind of like this velvet. silky soft material, and the brand is Pinko. So I don't know how much this would be. I actually looked at how much this was by new or something similar from the brand, and I think it's like 350 pounds. So considering I got it as a freebie, this is an absolute bargain. I just think something like this can really spice up a very plain outfit, so I'm loving it. So the last item I'm going to show you today is another fur coat, but this is just the coolest thing ever. This is actually the Alexa Chung 4 M&S collaboration kind of thing. I don't know how many years ago this was. Basically, I bought it for, I think it was £40, and if you try and buy this online, they're way over £100, so I just thought this is such a bargain. So it's this lovely kind of white faux fur. It's got this sort of pale grey stripe through it as well, so it's not just all white, but I think this is just the coolest oversized fur coat that I actually never knew that I needed. It has a zip too, which I think is a little bit different. I feel like it's quite a modern take on a much more traditional item, which I just think is super cool. You've obviously got the hood for the colder days when you're braving the London winter. This is honestly about to become one of my absolute favorite items in my wardrobe. I actually bought this jacket in March this year, and then we went into lockdown, so I've hardly worn it. In fact, I think I might have worn it once, and I thought it was going to be an absolute staple for like March, April, May sort of time. Obviously, when we came out of lockdown, it was then far too warm for it, so I'm so excited to be pairing this with all of my winter items. I just think it's such a good staple thing, and like I said, I think a fur jacket can really spice up a very plain item. I think I'm going to leave this video here, guys, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little bit. I don't know, I guess it was a bit more of like a raw, just chatty video. Like I said, I filmed this on a bit of a whim, but I felt really inspired by all the things that I've bought, so I thought I would share them with you, because I know over on my Instagram page, because I do actually get quite a lot of outfit questions on things that are often secondhand, because I guess for a lot of people, buying vintage or secondhand can sometimes be a little bit scary, like you don't really know where to start. And actually, if you go into the proper vintage shops in lots of cities in the UK, they're pretty daunting. It's just kind of tons and tons of clothes crammed onto a really small rail, and you basically need like 3 hours to actually go through it, or you need to know how to navigate around the shops, which is definitely a skill, I have to say. I think I've like really learned it over the years, but I do think that places like Depop and eBay, and even like vintage sections of places like Urban Outfitters, are just the most fabulous way to buy a little bit more sustainably, and quite often you just don't need to be spending as much money on things, or you can buy really unique pieces that you aren't going to find on the high street. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one.